Do you think the way you think infinitely is connected to your future? If you do, this means your thoughts create your reality. Do you have a clear vision of your future? You think 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of those 60 to 70 thoughts are the same thoughts you thought the day before. If you believe that your thoughts are connected to your life, then the same thoughts always lead to the same choices, and the same choices lead to the same behaviors, and the same behaviors lead to the same experiences, and the same experiences lead to the same emotions, and those very same emotions drive the same thoughts. Your biology, your neural circuitry, your neural hormones, your neural chemistry, and even your genetic expressions is equal to how you think, how you act, how you feel. How you think and how you act and how you feel is called your personality, and your personality creates your reality. If you wanted to create a new personality and a new reality, you would have to start thinking about how you think and change it. You would have to become aware of your unconscious thoughts and observe them. You would have to pay attention to your automatic habits and change them. You would have to look at the emotions that you live by every single day that are connected to your past and decide if they belong in your future. You see, most people try to create a new personal reality with the same personality, and it doesn't work. You literally have to become someone else. Your brain is organized to reflect everything you know in your life. Your brain is a record of the past. It's an artifact of everything you've learned up to this moment. Think about that for a second. Now, if you wake up every morning and you do the same thing, you shut off your alarm with the same finger, shuffle into the bathroom, use the toilet the way you always do, go and get a cup of coffee with your favorite mug, get in the shower, wash yourself in the same routine way, drive to work, get to work, see the same people that push the same emotional buttons, doing the same things that you've memorized so well. And then you hurry up and you get home, and you hurry up and check your emails, and you hurry up and check your Facebook, and then you hurry up and go to bed. So I have a question. Did your brain change at all today? Doing those same things? You were thinking the exact same thoughts, doing the same exact things, living by the same emotions, and secretly expecting your life to change? You see, there's a principle in neuroscience. Nerve cells that fire together, wire together. So if you're thinking the same thoughts, making the same choices, demonstrating the same behaviors, producing the same experience that stamp the very same network of neurons in the same patterns that produce the same emotions, you're going to hardwire your brain into a very finite signature, because you fire and you wire the same circuits in the same way. And those circuits begin to become more connected. And by the time you're 35 years old, you become a memorized behaviors of unconscious habits, automatic emotions and reactions and beliefs and perceptions and even attitudes that function like a computer program. And if you do something over and over, repetitiously, of those actions and conditions, it conditions your body to know how to do it better than your mind. The habit that you've created is when your body knows better than your mind, and when you've done it so many times that your body knows how to do it even better than the brain. Yes, that's a habit. A habit is when your body knows better than your mind, when you've done it so many times that the body knows how to do it better than the brain. "95% of most people's attitudes and behaviors and emotions and attitudes and thoughts and beliefs and emotional reactions are subconscious programs." That's why it's important, because you're here to learn something new. And every time you learn something new, you make new connections to your brain. Learning is forging new connections. And when a person learns one new thing, you're doubling those connections from 1,300 connections to 2,600. And if you don't review those connections, you don't repeat them, and you don't remember them, and you don't practice this new information, those connections prune apart in a matter of hours or even days. So if learning is making a new connection, then learning is maintaining and sustaining those connections. So you're here to learn vital information about creating a future and be defined by a vision of the future instead of a memory of the past. Because if you're not defined by some vision that's bigger than you, and you're not passionate about your vision, then you're left with the old hardwire of the past, and you will be predictable in your life. New thoughts, new information leads to new choices. And new choices lead to new behaviors. And new behaviors create new experiences. And new experiences create new emotions. And those new emotions should drive new thoughts. That's called evolution. If your brain is a record of the past and you don't have a vision of the future, then you're living in the past and you will never arrive at the future. So if you awake every morning and you're not being defined by a vision that's bigger than you, and it doesn't get you out of bed and inspire you into possibility, and you get up living the old hardware stored in your brain, stored in your body, and you know what's going to happen to you, you're going to wake up and open your eyes, and you're going to see the same people, go to the same places, do the exact same things, and act exactly the same. In the moment you open your eyes, it's your external environment that is controlling how you think and how you feel. Because you have a neurological network of every person you know, and everything you do, and every place you go, and everything you own, and everything that you do. And as you open your mind, as you open your eyes, and you see the same people, go to those same places, doing the same things, experiencing the same environment, you're turning on those circuits of your brain and causing you to think equal to everything that you know. You believe your thoughts have something to do with your destiny. As long as you're thinking equal to your environment, you're creating the same life. To change, to truly change, to think greater than your environment, to think greater than the circumstances in your life, to think greater than the conditions in your world. Think about that. Every great person in history knew this. Gandhi, Martin Luther King, the Wright brothers, Joan of Arc, they all had a kind of vision. They couldn't see or smell or taste it or feel it. They kept it alive in their mind. It was so alive in their mind that they began to live it as if the future moment was happening in the present. The moment you stop making the same choices that you always make, get ready, because it's going to be uncomfortable. And it's going to be uncomfortable in that moment that you're heading towards a new self. And that's called stepping into the river of change. Now, 95% of who you are is your body as the mind. You know you have to do something so many times that your body does it better than your brain. So you may actually complain unconsciously because your body does it all the time. And all of a sudden you say, no complaining, no more blaming, no more feeling sorry for myself or taking the same steps in my life or talking about other people. I'm going to stop. You know what happens? The body starts sending signals to the brain. The body's been conditioned that way. Suddenly you start hearing thoughts in your head that say, why don't you start tomorrow? Tomorrow is a better day. This is too hard. You can't change. Something's wrong. It's because of my mother, or it's my husband's fault, or my ex-wife. Or I'm this way because of some event. Perhaps you even say, this just doesn't feel right. This is uncomfortable. You see, the moment you respond to those thoughts as if they were true, then that thought leads you to the same choices, which leads you to the same behaviors, that leads you to the same experiences, that produces the same emotions. And then you say, this feels familiar. Going from the old self to the new self, stepping into the void. That uncertainty is a biological, neurological, chemical, and hormonal genetic death of the old self. In the unknown, I can't predict my life or my future, you may say. But the best way to predict your future is in the unknown. And when you get comfortable in the unknown, that is where magic happens. It never happens in the known. It never happens in the known.